This insane formula makes you a genius. You can literally become ayanokoji in the real world. This is the best genius video on all of YouTube, and it can literally make you insanely smart. But here's what most people don't understand. This isn't luck, and it's not talent. This is a system. The exact mindset behind, broken down into steps you can actually apply in real life. A way to observe more than others, analyze without emotional noise, and stay in control when everyone else is reacting. If you understand this till the end, you won't just learn something new, you'll start thinking differently. First, observation. Most people think they're paying attention, but they're only seeing the surface. Real observation goes deeper. It's about picking up details that others ignore. Small changes in tone, brief hesitations, eye movement, posture shifts. These signals often reveal more than words ever do. When someone says something confidently but avoids eye contact, that's a contradiction. When there's a slight pause before answering, that delay carries meaning. These are not random, they're patterns, and patterns can be read. Strong observation also means watching the environment. Who speaks first? Who stays quiet? Who influences the conversation without trying? These details reveal hierarchy and intent without anything being directly stated. The key is restraint. Instead of reacting immediately, you give yourself time to watch and absorb. While others rush to speak, you collect information. And the more accurate your input is, the stronger your next move becomes. At a high level, observation isn't just awareness, it's controlled attention. And once you develop it, you start seeing things most people completely miss. Second, analysis. Observation gives you information, but analysis is what turns that information into understanding. Most people notice things, but they don't process them correctly. They assume, they react, or they let emotions interfere. Strong analysis removes that noise. Instead of asking, "How do I feel about this?" the focus shifts to, "What is actually happening here?" Every detail gets connected: cause and effect, actions and outcomes. If someone's behavior changes under pressure, there's a reason. If a pattern repeats, there's a structure behind it. Good analysis also means staying objective. Emotions like anger, ego, or excitement can distort judgment, leading to poor decisions. When you stay neutral, you see situations more clearly and respond with logic instead of impulse. Over time, this builds prediction. You begin to recognize patterns faster and anticipate what's likely to happen next. And once you can predict outcomes, your decisions stop being reactive and start becoming calculated. Third, control. Control operates on two levels: internal and external. Internal control means you manage your own state. No impulsive reactions, no emotional leakage, no unnecessary expressions. Your face, tone, and body language stay steady even under pressure. This creates consistency, and consistency builds trust and unpredictability at the same time. External control is more subtle. It's not about forcing people or being dominant. It's about influencing direction without being obvious. Small things like timing, tone, pauses, and even silence can shift how others respond. When you stay calm while others are reactive, you naturally take control of the situation. The key idea is this: if you can't control yourself, you can't control anything else. But once your internal state is stable, you begin to shape the environment around you without needing attention or force. Fourth, strategy. Most people think in the moment. They react to what's happening right now. Strategic thinking is different. It operates ahead of time. Instead of asking, "What should I do next?" the question becomes, "Where is this going, and how do I stay in control of the outcome?" A strategic mind maps possibilities. If this happens, then what follows? If that fails, what's the backup? Every move is part of a larger sequence, not an isolated action. This reduces uncertainty because you're not depending on one plan, you're preparing for multiple scenarios. It also involves understanding other people's likely decisions. Based on patterns, pressure, and incentives, you can anticipate how someone will act before they actually do. That gives you the ability to position yourself in advance, rather than reacting later. At a high level, strategy is about direction. It ensures that even when things change, you're not lost. You're already prepared for the shift. Fifth, execution. Everything comes down to this. You can observe, analyze, and plan, But if your execution is weak, none of it matters. Execution is where thinking turns into results. At a high level, execution is about precision. It's not about doing more. It's about doing exactly what's needed at the right time. No hesitation, no unnecessary movement, no wasted effort. Just clear, controlled action. Timing plays a critical role here. Acting too early can expose your intent, and acting too late can cost you the advantage. Strong execution means you move when the conditions are optimal, not when emotions push you. It also requires consistency. One good decision isn't enough. The ability to execute correctly again and again is what separates average performers from high-level operators. In the end, execution is the proof of everything else. It shows whether your observation was accurate, your analysis was correct, and your strategy actually works. Because without execution, even the best plan stays theoretical. Sixth, detachment. This is the multiplier, the element that amplifies everything else. You can have strong observation, sharp analysis, solid control, and even good strategy. But if your emotions interfere at the wrong moment, the entire system breaks down. Detachment doesn't mean you stop feeling. It means your decisions are not controlled by what you feel. There's a difference. Emotions like fear, anger, ego, or excitement can distort perception. They make you see what you want to see instead of what's actually there. And once your perception is distorted, your analysis becomes flawed, your strategy weakens, and your execution becomes inconsistent. A detached mindset stays stable under pressure. When others panic, rush, or react impulsively, you remain steady. This creates a psychological advantage. You're not just thinking more clearly, you're also harder to read and harder to influence. Detachment also allows patience. You don't feel the need to act immediately just to relieve tension. You can wait, observe longer, and choose the exact moment to move. That patience often leads to better outcomes because your decisions are based on complete information, not urgency. Another important aspect is ego control. Many mistakes come from the need to prove something, to win an argument, to dominate a situation, or to protect self-image. Detachment removes that need. You focus on results, not validation. Whether you appear right or wrong in the moment becomes irrelevant compared to the final outcome. However, it's important to keep this grounded. Total emotional suppression isn't realistic or even healthy. The goal isn't to eliminate emotion. It's to prevent emotion from taking control of your decisions. You still feel, but you don't let those feelings dictate your actions. At a high level, detachment is what creates consistency. It ensures that no matter the situation, pressure, conflict, or uncertainty, you operate with the same level of clarity and control. And that consistency is what makes everything else in the system actually work. So when you look at this entire system: observation, analysis, control, strategy, execution, all multiplied by detachment, it starts to become clear. What people call genius isn't random. It's structured, it's trained, and more importantly, it's repeatable. You don't need to be born different to operate at a higher level. What you need is awareness of how you think, how you react, and how you make decisions under pressure. Because most people stay stuck in reaction. They act on impulse, emotion, and incomplete information. But once you start applying this system, even at a basic level, things begin to change. You notice more, you think clearer, you act with intention instead of urgency. And over time, that gap between you and everyone else starts to grow, not because you became inhuman, but because you became controlled. And in a world full of noise and reaction, control is what actually sets you apart. Master the system, and your results stop being random